blessed Hashem.
I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel I shall play. Oh dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
Shortly after the third season of Family Guy had aired in 2002, Fox canceled the series with one episode left unaired.
Oh.
Adult Swim aired that episode in 2003, finishing the series' original run. However, favorable DVD sales and higher ratings for syndicated reruns on Adult Swim convinced the network to renew the show in 2004 for a fourth season, which began
Great.
airing on May 1st, 2005.
Interesting.
Very
Since its debut
interesting.
on January 31st, 1999.
Wait, guys.
Guys.
We're recording for the podcast, guys. We gotta
Oh.
we gotta stop with
No.
this right now.
Okay, sorry, yeah, put that away.
All right,
Welcome
we're
to the
back,
music
boys. Music podcast time.
Episode
Let-
2.
Our
We
official
should all
second
introduce
episode.
ourselves.
The Squeakquel.
Yeah,
I laughed at that.
that was pretty funny. All right,
All
so
right,
today is our
I'm-
very special Christmas special episode. Clap for that. Today we'll be talking about Nathan's Christmas, a special album that was released by Nathan. I'm sure a lot of you out there haven't heard of Nathan before. He's a bit of an underground artist at the moment.
He's
his-
indie.
A lot of people have seen his debut song, My Two Lovely Uncles, which was released in 2017. It's a tragic true story about Nathan's two uncles, Uncle One and Uncle Fungus, who were tragically killed in a drone strike incident in Syria.
I should feel it's necessary to add this detail. They were on a vacation in Syria.
Yes, a holy vacation.
Following the accident, President Obama himself sent him a letter saying, "Dear nephew, your two lovely uncles have been killed by a drone strike accidentally ordered by me. Oops, I sincerely hope you aren't too mad at me." Included is a digital download code for Minecraft trademark. Also, go check out www.minecraft/mods.com for some sweet mod pack. My personal favorite is Too Many Items. It's like you're playing creative mode on survival.
That's true. It's true.
That's true.
Wise
Certified
words
true.
from Mr. Obama. You gotta love him. But that's not going to be the
Mr.
official
44.
topic for today. We're talking about his very first fully released album, Nathan's Christmas. Would any of you like to start?
We should
Yeah.
introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. My name is Luke.
My name is Elijah. Devon.
Devon. Okay. Looks
All
like
right,
Devon's not
back
going
to
to be
the
introducing
episode.
himself for now. Anyway, back to
We're
Nathan's
joined by
Christmas.
we're joined by our guest Devon.
Yeah,
And today we're talking about Nathan's Christmas.
Yep. Looks like Devon's having some minor technical difficulties, but we'll get back on with the album. It's got
Let's
9
go-
songs
the
on
show,
it.
The show must go on.
A show must go on. I agree. The album has 9 songs on it, and they're all
Really good.
they're all cover songs.
Coming at number 1, we have White Christmas.
It's a very
Uh,
strong
we-
start to the album, I'll say. A very strong start. You get to see instantly. He actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but he did the instrumentals himself.
Ooh.
I know. They're very well done. It's very professional, very well produced.
And this song also gives a great allows Nathan to really improvise on his vocal range.
I mean, I think
Exactly.
It's a good tone setter for the album. It really shows how it's kind of a conversational piece.
It's
And
true.
all of the background songs, as you said, were made by him, and they kind of sound like piano demos. And piano demos are always amazing. So that
Yeah.
really made me enjoy the album even more.
And I think that's about the sound he was going for, It's
Yeah,
it's a little basic,
definitely.
but it's got that flair, that flair that just says
Yeah.
Nathan. It's something only he could produce. And that's what's really special about it. It's got its own flair.
Station.
The song White Christmas. It's just
You good?
I'm dying inside. It's just it's
Me
such a
too.
strong feeling of Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
I sure hope it does.
I sure
Nathan
hope it
truly
does.
Nathan truly captures the Christmas spirit.
He truly does. But
and White Christmas was a fantastic opener to this album. I personally thought it was a bit risky starting with White Christmas, seeing how good it was, but the album did not disappoint throughout.
yeah, White
He
Christmas was
saved a
most
lot of
famously
gags.
sung by the Drifters, and I think that that's important here because if you were to look up the song on YouTube, it has 15 million views, and the song is played countless times on the radio. Year after year. White Christmas,
Why?
and it's a very popular tune among Americans across the continent. And so for Nathan to take this song and not only tweak it in his own special way, but dare I say, improve upon it in so many ways, I think it's truly special.
As Nathan would
Truly,
say, it's very poggers.
I do think he would say that. If you were
I
here
truly
if you were here with
believe
us
this is.
today, he would say poggers.
I truly believe. I am shocked that, despite grieving from the loss of his two lovely uncles, this being released only a year after the untimely demise of his two lovely uncles, he truly made a great album. I, wa-
Yes.
I truly hope he had the best recovery from his grief from the death of his two lovely uncles.
And it's also an interesting juxtaposition from his two lovely uncles who perished in a desert country like Syria to releasing a Christmas album. You know, the typical Christmas atmosphere and weather is almost completely opposite from what you would see in Syria. And I think that's very interesting here.
That's true.
Perhaps a
Apparently, only
coping mechanism.
55% of Syria is actually desert.
That's an
Thank
interesting
you,
fact.
thank you, fact
Oh no,
checker Devon.
that's the Syrian desert, not just desert.
That's an interesting
Moving
fact.
on, song number
Thank you,
2,
Google.
"Feliz Navidad," is a song I'm sure you recognize the title of, as
Of
it's also
course.
as like White Christmas, played countless times on the radio over the Christmas season. Now I don't remember the name of the person who sings it.
I got that
However,
for you.
I'm
Jose Feliciano.
thank you, Luke.
Hmm.
But anyway, I just have one question about this. Why do they play his version and not Nathan's?
That's a great question. I think it's a bit more of a traditional thing. It's hard for people, especially Christmas, which is such a traditional time for many people. It's hard to move on to greater and bigger and better things. People like to
Uh,
stay with what they know. But I
they're
think,
too set. They're too set in the old ways.
right, I think
I think
that if we were to play this on the radio just once, and if we could get everyone to hear this version at least once, I think we could get people to change their ways. Get
I
people
think
in
part
the
of it's Nathan. I think he's so proudly underground that I think he's okay if he doesn't go mainstream. I think that his music is very directed towards a niche audience, but it hits really hard with that audience.
and I would agree with that. Nathan's he's such a young lad. I would worry if he were to obtain um a large fandom. I would worry that it would maybe get to his head. You see a lot of child stars
Yeah.
throughout time suffer a horrible fate, like Macaulay Culkin, um, Miranda Cosgrove, I think, uh, among others.
He's already been
Yeah,
through quite a bit of
it, it,
emotional trauma, so it's good that he's recovering and maybe doing it.
it's great. It's great that the music album. It's great that the music industry won't capitalize and profit off him, and that he can continue making the great music.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about supporting small businesses, and I think that Nathan's music really helped
I'm not a
get him to
big
try and
fan of
stay.
small business. I think big
Yeah,
corporations are getting
really?
screwed over
Okay,
by this
buddy.
country.
I am a.
Shall we get back
It's
on
alright. Yeah, let's
topic
get
I'm
here?
back on.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
It appears
We are shrewd businessmen trying to turn a
it appears
profit.
we're joined in the
Share our
studio by
podcast.
M.
We have a new guest here, Emma.
Yes,
Would you like to
spontaneous
speak?
guest.
Would you like to introduce yourself, Emma, to the podcast? No? I can't.
Riveting
She
words.
can't
Thank you.
talk.
Looks like her mic's broken. Wow.
Hold on. She's Mike. Ooh,
Ooh,
plot
okay.
twist.
Now it appears she's just part of our live audience for now.
Alright, cool.
I think
We'll
we should
continue
move on
on
to
while
the
she's.
next song in this album here.
We should.
No.
Last. Oh,
Oh!
Emma.
Oh, it worked.
Wow, we have a
Wow.
special guest. Everyone, clap for Emma.
Yeah.
Clap for
Yeah.
Emma.
Wow, I feel so honored.
Now, Emma,
Good.
have you listened to the album Nathan's Christmas? The topic of conversation today.
I have not.
Ah, okay.
Get out.
That's no.
I-
We welcome all guests.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I got a little ahead of myself.
We were just talking about one of the better songs on the album. I'd say Feliz Navidad, or his interpretation of Feliz Navidad.
It's a great song to really show that Nathan is on the higher side of singing. His voice is noticeably higher than
Yeah,
what
it's a
you'd
soprano.
consider of a male star.
I like the international take. You know, it doesn't show Nathan's an American. He's an American all the way. But
He's an
not
American
afraid
man.
to take his music to other places. I think
Yeah,
that's very
he's a
brave of
modern
him.
American man, but he does not he does not discriminate.
Let's move on to the next song here. Last
Last
Christmas.
Christmas.
And I think Last Christmas is a very important tune here because
I
as
forgot
we
about
all
that one.
know, Last Christmas was sung by Wham, but more importantly, George Michael. And as we all know, George Michael tragically passed away but a few years ago. Not
Just like
unlike
Nathan's two lovely uncles.
precisely. Perhaps this is another coping mechanism for Nathan.
Wait, this is where you were going with this? Okay, go on.
You never know. I mean, Nathan is not it's not very public. He doesn't have a lot of social media. He likes to stay grounded, and I think that's important for a child star like him.
Yeah.
I hope the wide audience we reach with this podcast doesn't send him to the mainstream media.
I would hate
Granted-
for him to
I
be
think he's growing
plagued with
older now.
something like that.
Yeah, it's possible. There's a chance he's retired from music.
I mean,
And
there's a
honestly,
chance that he started aging, and it's like,
Oh,
Well,
I'm not,
honestly,
he
but
released
knows?
his
He might
newest
still
album
be-
not but a few months ago.
I mean, he might still be a child. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't age.
Input on this is that I have Googled him, and it looks like he has very bad hair, and I think bad hair is a prerequisite to making it in the music industry. I have not seen a single musician with good hair. Thank you.
That
it's not that they
that
don't
is an
have good
interesting
hair.
take.
They
That
experiment.
is a hot take. Not only
You-
do you
you-
insinuate that his hairstyle is bad, but you insinuate that there are no musicians with good hairstyles. Now that is
I have
bold.
a-
And
I have a-
absolutely correct.
I have a counterpoint to offer. What if it's not necessarily bad? That's
All right,
your
thank you,
Devon,
Elijah.
please.
Let's move on to the.
No, Devon,
Devon,
I have a point.
I have a
I have
counterpoint
a
as
point
well.
to make. Allow me to go first. I believe that it's not that the musician's hairstyle is bad. It's just that they have to make a profile for themselves. And what more defining feature for humans is their hair?
Good
I'm
point.
gonna have to disagree with that too, actually. I have a complete counterpoint to both of your arguments, and that is Pitbull. Yeah, I love Pitbull. Pitbull. Big old balls, man. Mr.
Now, couldn't it be argued that his choice of hairstyle is no hair?
Like,
No.
I mean, like, bald men are kind of scary, so I think it kind of helps. The
Mr.
fact
Clean.
that his name is Pitbull,
Yeah,
and that
seriously.
he also. Okay,
Mr. Clean is a
isn't
terrifying
intimidating,
imposter.
Okay,
that's
do you
He's a
relevant.
really
terror-
think Pitbull's intimidating? He went
No, but
to
his name is
Alaska
Pitbull.
to a Walmart.
We've all
Because
seen that
the
internet
internet
story
said
and video,
so.
Devin.
If Pitbull wasn't famous and he came up to me on the street, I'd probably like put my keys between my fingers.
Why would he come up to you on the street?
I
And
don't
why
That
would
just
know
sounds
if
like
he
you're
wasn't
judging him
famous,
by
maybe
his
he just
looks.
He's
Never
only
judge a book
5'6".
by its
He's-
cover, Emma.
Yeah,
He's-
that
he's
is
only-
the basis of racism.
He's only 5'7". He's not that
The only
imposing.
Wait, are
guy
you
that-
serious?
I'm
No.
not kidding.
He's a
I just
5'7"
don't
man.
know.
He's
That
only
makes me
4
love
inches
Mr.
taller
Worldwide
than
even
me.
more.
He's a
He
short king.
is. He is shorter than Kyler Murray. Oh no.
He's a short king.
I love him.
JoJo
Mr.
What a
Worldwide.
Siwa.
chad.
Mr. Worldwide himself.
But that's not the
Can
topic
ride all
of
the
today's
roller coasters.
podcast now, is it?
Why not?
Music
Can we
Men?
do Pitbull next?
We can do Pitbull next.
That's
Yeah.
a, that's
We
a
might as well
conversation
do
for another
Pitbull next
time.
because his lyrics are on another planet. ironically enough.
Back to our main topic, Nathan's Christmas.
Right,
Our
Nathan's
our
Christmas. We
next
were
song.
on. No, we haven't really started with Last Christmas yet.
That's true. Luke, do you have any words for us?
Um, you see, wait, hold on. I'm researching right now. Would Devin, would you like to start with White Christmas here? Or sorry, Last Christmas. That's my.
I forgot about this one.
That's cool.
Last Christmas. Really document. Actually, this can be said of all the songs.
Can we
But
just
last
skip this one? I don't remember this one at all.
It's just Last Christmas.
Here's the
He
thing
puts his own
about
spin on it. He
the
puts his
album.
own very
A lot
special
of,
spin
yeah,
on
I know,
Last
I'm
Christmas.
not saying it's a bad song. The album relies, each song relies on the popularity of the mainstream version of that song. Like everyone knows Feliz Navidad. Everyone knows about White Christmas.
Everyone
But
knows Last Christmas. It has
no, they
505
don't!
million
But
views on
Last
YouTube.
Christmas is such a niche Christmas song. There is
Very popular song.
It is not
Well,
popular.
Just because you haven't heard of it, Devin,
You
doesn't
look
mean
up
it's not
Last
popular.
Christmas, the first thing that comes up is a movie trailer.
That is not true. That is just straight up not
This
true.
is very true.
I've
Last
literally
Christmas
looked it up
available on
right
YouTube,
now.
Vudu, and
Devin, this is marked right here, right now. Devin is lying on the music podcast.
Last
We have
Christmas is
witnesses.
a 2019
We have it on
romantic
video.
comedy film directed by Paul Feig and Byron E. Kimmings
Call
and Emma
Paul
Thompson
Feig.
and Greg
He
Wise
made
and George Michael
Ghostbusters.
and Amelia Clark.
Okay,
Last
okay.
Christmas could
Order in
run.
the court. Order in the court. The music video has 505 million views.
Yes, and it's the
And the
very first thing
official
that
lyric-
comes up. Before Last Christmas, the movie,
even
Romance,
better.
2019 English audio from director Paul Feig, Bridesmaids, and Academy Award are winning. ...
Now, if we can return to the topic, Nathan's interpretation
Let's
of
move on from
Christmas.
Last Christmas. There's been too much vitriol around this
There's too-
song right now, and that is not what Christmas is
Yeah.
about.
It's about
I
a
have strong
season.
opinions.
Moving to the next song.
Baby, It's Cold Outside, my
arguably-
personal favorite
Baby,
song.
It's Cold Outside, featuring Ryan McGee.
Ryan McGee. Now,
For those educated on the Nathan verse, Ryan McGee is almost a parental figure to Nathan,
mm-hmm. That's about
and
it.
that's about it.
It really
Oh,
shows the
he's-
chemistry between the two because of how easily they just slip into the duet and how well it's carried through the entire song.
Now, if
I
you
think
listen to
Ryan
this
McGee's
album-
voice range is very important in this song because it perfectly complements Nathan's voice range. Because you have Ryan McGee covering, the tenor bass range, while you have Nathan covering the higher alto soprano range, and the two of them together, it's just, it's a match made in heaven, dare I say.
The only thing about that is their roles are reversed, if I'm not mistaken. Nathan plays the man in the song, and Ryan is the woman.
Exactly, role
Yeah,
reversal.
That's true.
Especially in
I
a
don't
song
think
like
this
"Baby It's
song
Cold
Subversion
Outside,"
of
which
expectations.
has had some controversy. We should address that. "Baby It's Cold Outside" has had some
Yeah.
controversy in the
It's a
past.
problematic
It has.
song.
And I think it's
Now,
important to have
why did they
a
choose
woman's
that
take on
song
this. Emma, thank
cover?
you for being here. What is your take on "Baby It's Cold Outside" or the controversy that is?
It's a problematic song because it's a guy trying to get a woman to stay even after she's said no like a billion times, and that's not very cool. But like,
That's
he could've
true.
picked
It is
any other
not.
song to cover. I don't get why he had to cover that one. But
Well,
at least
He covered
regardless,
8 other songs, Emma.
regardless
I know,
of the
but he could have like. How many Christmas songs are there? There's a lot of Christmas.
How many
songs.
Christmas
Regardless-
songs have a duet that's as
Regardless-
powerful and
There's
as
at least
popular
2.
as Baby It's Cold Outside?
regardless of the intonations of the song, you can't argue that it's not a Christmas classic.
How come this
Exactly.
podcast just got so
That doesn't mean it's not
controversial?
controversial.
I didn't
This
say,
is not-
I didn't say
This was not
Controversy
planned.
brings views, Devin. Quiet down.
Let's do it.
I mean, like, but there are other popular Christmas songs that are popular without being like sketchy.
But "Baby It's Cold Outside," let me get some knowledge here. It's got, how many views does it have on YouTube? Let's see. Very first one that comes up, 15 million. The second one, 43 million. These are not small numbers.
Yes, it is a Christmas classic, regardless or not if it deserves it. But you might notice on this album that it has parental advisory, explicit content. I wholeheartedly believe that it's solely because of this song, because Ryan McGee has a few choice words when he doesn't appear to remember the lyrics.
Now, it may seem like at first, to a new listener, I understand that this was your first time listening. It may appear that he may have actually misremembered the lyrics, but upon further viewings, I had a more enlightened sense of mind here. In my mind, Ryan McGee is not simply forgetting the lyrics; he's improvising upon them. He's adding his own take on this controversial song. Maybe it's his own way of um,
Addressing the controversy.
exactly his own way of protesting it, dare I say. And
And
I think that's very brave of him to do.
as we all know, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is by singing loud for all to hear.
Exactly. Exactly.
Certified true statement.
I,
Now,
it's
controversy aside, shall we move on to the next song?
I believe we shall. Silent Night.
Night.
After Baby It's Cold Outside, maybe things got a little heated. Maybe you're in the
My
household.
headset
Maybe
had
someone was
just
complaining.
died.
Silent Night's the perfect way to calm everyone down. It's such a soothing tune, especially
Wait,
with
what are we on?
Nathan's
In
My
the-
voice.
headset died. I'm confused.
We're on Silent Night now, and it's a very popular Christian song, especially within the Christian fandom of
Yes,
Christmas. Yes, because it implicates the birth of Jesus Christ, the very figure they worship.
It's a refreshing take after a controversial song because it's just chill and piano and
The return
Jesus.
to Jesus.
exactly. A return to
Jesus
Jesus.
isn't
And really,
controversial.
that's what Christmas is all
It's
about.
not
Yeah.
Jesus that's controversial.
The true meaning of let's not get into that.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
about
that's not it.
that's
It's
not
about
something we
Christmas.
want to discuss.
Christmas. Christmas is with family, and it's
Yeah.
a time of
Family Guy.
happiness.
It's all
Now,
come full circle.
And for those
but
who don't have family, they have Jesus.
but some people consider Jesus a part of their families, so it makes sense why this could be a Christmas song.
Exactly.
And Nathan does a really good job of singing in this song because most songs have vocals, and he does a really good job to convey his vocals and sing.
His heart-wrenching lyrics. This is
He
truly a
sings.
man. This is truly a man of impeccable caliber.
This is
Mhm.
truly a man with vocal cords.
And I don't know if you guys noticed, for a lot of these songs, he's actually doubled up on singing, which, in terms of vocal cord strength and how much air you need to be able to belt
Vocal
all of these lyrics, he's clearly a master of his craft. You know?
vocal cords of iron.
Exactly.
Dare I say, diamond.
I don't think that would work.
Regardless or not, if humans could talk, if their throat was turned to iron. I think we've discussed all we want to with Silent Night,
Yep.
and
Moving on to
now
the
to the
sixth song of this album, Jingle Bells.
arguably the most well-known Christmas song of all time.
Exactly. Jingle Bell. Every child. My 2-year-old nephew to this day, in May, will not stop singing Jingle Bells. That's how catchy it is. It gets in your brain. It's a little
Well, it's
You
worm.
take
Christmas
care of a
time.
It crawls
2-year-old to
into
let
your
you do
brain,
that.
specifically the part that
It's-
controls your memory. Attaches in there and starts sucking blood a little bit, so it'll keep living like a parasite. And like that worm, it sticks there and it doesn't go away ever. And it starts to control your thoughts and your mind,
Like a
and it makes you
tapeworm?
start to think
Yup.
certain
I love
things.
tapeworms.
Anyway,
All
They're
right,
so cute.
no tangents,
Um,
please.
anyway, going on a Jingle Bells. It's a great song.
And that's all we have to say. It's just a great song.
Yeah,
Why
although
did
regardless or not of the quality of the song, you have to admit that Nathan's interpretation of Jingle Bells, it's not as awe-inducing as his other interpretations, but
You
that
know-
doesn't mean it's not a good song.
And I would agree. I would agree with that. Jingle Bells has been done so many times that putting it on this album was a lot more of a commodity than it was anything else.
it's like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
I would
it's
say Silent
refreshing
Night.
because
Was the
yeah,
breath of fresh air.
it is, and Jingle Bells is more of a fan service because everybody knows Jingle Bells.
I would say completely the opposite because Silent Night was the fan service to the Bible fandom.
Well, if
What a-
Silent Night was the fan service to the Bible fandom, then Jingle Bells is the fan service to Christmas lovers around the globe, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree
Like,
with that,
what
Luke.
kid doesn't know Jingle Bells?
Exactly.
Do you
Hell,
know
we could
Jingle
we
Bells
could we
Summer?
could we could sing all the lyrics right now if we wanted to, but we're not.
Let's do
We're
it.
not.
Yeah,
We're
let's do
no.
it.
We're
Yeah, come
not
on.
Let's
going to.
not,
We're not
especially
Yeah,
going
not
to.
if
come on,
Devin.
guys. Come
We're not
on.
going to.
Come on.
No.
Because
This isn't a
because
singing podcast.
because the
Yeah.
next song on this album appeals to
Oh.
a crowd that I would say doesn't get appealed to nearly enough. The Jewish crowd with
The
Dreidel,
Jewish fan.
Dreidel, Dreidel.
Exactly.
My
The
second
Jewish
favorite
fan.
song on this album.
Yeah.
Dreidel, Dreidel,
This.
Dreidel. His
No.
second
This
favorite
isn't. This
song.
isn't necessary, Devin. I would say that Dreidel truly encapsulates
Encapsulate.
Nathan's singing potential.
It brings out his full range, top to bottom, left to right. Everything is put on the line for Dreidel, Dreidel, Dreidel.
Refreshing to hear a song of a like a basis other than Christianity because it's so easy. Like you never really hear anything about Hanukkah during like Christmas season. It's kind of like all overbearingly like Christian and like Christmas time. So
We
it's
live
kind of
in a
refreshing to
society.
like, yeah, it's nice
Yeah,
representation.
Silent
I
Night is
apologize
when
for that
when
cutoff.
you take when you have Jesus and you're patting him on the back, you're saying good job. And Dreidel, Dreidel, Dreidel is where you say back up on the cross. It's someone else's turn now.
And that person is God.
Exactly.
What?
I would say, I don't know if this point was made already, but Dreidel really encapsulates. Sorry, I'm not a good talker. Nathan's vocal range. It's truly, I would say, it's arguably the pinnacle of the album.
You know, and I don't know if we've said this before, but I would have to agree with that statement. His range is impeccable in this song.
If you, I would buy this album just to listen to Dreidel. And on my 12th listen through of this album, it gets better every time.
It's
On
true.
the 12th. Listen through this album.
Hey, that's another album for another time. Okay. Let's not get
Wait,
ahead of ourselves.
it
We
is?
don't want.
We can't
Oh,
we
okay.
we can't break off on Devon-oriented tangents every time.
I'm sorry. I got a little
I
heated
want
there.
to.
I got a little heated there. I'm cooling down.
That's okay. Okay, I'll give you an opportunity to cool down, Luke, with this. By how about you talk about our next song with
Santa
Lost
baby.
Theme, Santa Baby.
This
I
is
l-
actually my favorite song. It has the most, I think, pure jokes in it.
mm,
You can tell
well,
its timing is pretty good. And a lot of the other songs have been pretty serious up to this point, so to have a more comedic song, it kind of shifts the tone of the album and helps ease into the closing that will be having coming up in a little bit.
Good Christmas song. He made a good choice there.
See, maybe you could even argue, even after Emma's very heated take on "Baby It's Cold Outside," there's a little bit of this album for everyone.
and who
Right.
doesn't love Santa? And also, who doesn't love babies? Everybody loves a good baby.
Yum.
No, please don't
No,
say that.
no, I'm gonna
The
cut
music.
that. Now, anyway, about Santa Baby. We kind of got a little off track there, a little offhand. Santa Baby, this song,
You don't want to hear it.
it's like Devin said, it's his favorite. It's not personally up there for me, but I can see the appeal. I can see why people would like this song more than others on this album, and it's just pure quality. It's got the production behind it, the sound mixing. If given how old Nathan is very good for someone
He's
his age, and just the overall package you get with this song is very solid, I would say.
good delivery. Yeah. Overall, a very nice song. Although it is a good song, but there isn't too much to touch on. Really, it's just a good song.
That's true. It's true. I
To the
think
final.
the
Oh,
final song
I'm
on this
sorry.
album, song number 9, Christmas
Finally.
Time is Here. Closely.
The
Oh. Uh,
the very the very a very powerful conclusion to the album.
That's
This
true.
I gotta say, I'm personally not the biggest fan of this song. I however think I the only I did like this song in the album. However, its place is only at the last as the conclusion. Anywhere else, and I would have felt it be forced in. But it truly makes for a good conclusion to Nathan's Christmas.
That's true. It's like a
Decision to
it's like a
close.
slow ride out. Maybe if Santa Baby were the climax, Christmas Time is here is the falling resolution and the conclusion. It's all settled perfectly.
The epilogue.
There would not be a better end for this album.
Thank you, Emma.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. I know, I have such insightful takes and stuff.
Thank you.
Christmas Time is here is closely associated with the Peanuts cartoon series, which has been a series that's been playing for
Yes.
a long time,
Droopy
decades now.
tree, haha, droopy sapling, ha ha ha, sad tree, haha.
No, that's the goal of the point of that Christmas episode of Charlie Brown. It was not to laugh at the sad tree.
Haha, sad tree, it's funny.
It
Enjoy Christmas.
really enforced the true meaning of Christmas, and that is to
We're
be
getting back into
that.
this again, huh?
Appreciate what you
Yes,
have.
True
this is a
meaning of
Christmas
Christmas.
album, Devon.
Evan?
No.
Okay.
Charlie Brown's Christmas tells people to appreciate the littler things in life. And really, that's what Christmas is all about. Appreciating the small things.
We need to make a list in the description of everything that we've mentioned Christmas being all about.
We
I don't know
should,
what
Because
we
you
there's
really
mean.
probably
shouldn't.
20 things that we've said Christmas is all about.
And all of them are true.
And I think a
Christmas
very
is about a
important
lot of
thing is
things.
that we're all here together,
And that's what
enjoying
Christmas is all
ourselves,
about.
and really spending time with those that you hold dear is what Christmas is all about.
Maybe the real Christmas is the friends we made along the way.
That's
Christmas isn't materialistic. It's about enjoying like what you have.
Christmas is a corporate invention.
No.
Exactly. The unparalleled Christmas album is Jack Film's royalty-free Christmas songs. Thank you.
Out of all the good takes Emma has provided on this channel, that was not a good take. That was a bad one.
Yeah, seriously.
Why
I'm
would
getting
I don't
heated.
know.
I'm
why would
getting heated again.
I
I'm getting
mean,
heated
I
again.
Okay,
Emma, that was
I
not
rate
good.
it up there, but it is
Can we
not
give
in
it-
the
can-
quality of Nathan's Christmas 1 or 2. I do
need
not
to have a
see
sip
how
of
anyone
my
can rate
Pepsi
Jack's
Cola, or I'm seriously going
Can we-
to lose
You
it.
gotta. You need to retract that statement right
Can
now.
we please go to an outro before we all beat each other up?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Thank you for tuning into the music. Thank you for tuning
Just
into
tell
the
me when.
music podcast. episode 2.
There's no way I can go on. There's no way. There's no way. This is it. Oh, I can
Thank you
feel
for
my blood
tuning into
boiling.
Thank you for tuning into the music podcast episode 2. Episode 3 is to be determined.
Dreams to share, sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere. Yuletide by the fireside, and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here.